and get an extra period to get settled.
So advantage Packers here. They'll possess the ball first with a chance to win it here in overtime. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And CD, we get to see the debut of the brand new postseason overtime rules. Now, as everybody is learning, both teams are going to be guaranteed an offensive possession. So they might get the ball first here, but a touchdown does not right away win the game.
And we saw many marker games along the way that sparked a lot of conversation. But the Buffalo-Kansas City game in the 2022 playoffs, that really brought about this rule change. What an amazing game, a true classic. Ended in overtime without Buffalo getting a shot with the football, and the people didn't like that at all. So starting this season, if you make the playoffs, you'll get a chance to answer if the other team scores first. And that way, you get a chance to keep a great game as well as your hopes alive as you chase the big prize.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Charles, any chance they go for it here?
I think that there's a chance. They have to consider it because of the way they played offense in this game. I mean, look at the scoreboard. Look at the points that they've put up. They feel confident that they can keep it going. But the risk is, and the downside is, you don't get it here, you've set up your opponent in really good field position.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Here's Hardman to return. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. That last defensive stand, that is the defensive stand of the season. I mean, you get it on this stage in overtime in the Super Bowl, and now you set your offense up here, Charles. All they need is a field goal, and they're world champs.
Agreed, partner. And if I'm calling plays on offense right now, I'm looking at my play sheet, and I'm looking for what plays get the ball to my best players right now. How do they touch it, and who do I trust with the football in this situation? Big-time trophy on the line, championship on the line. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
All they need is a field goal. Any kind of score here on this second drive would be a game winner. It's 1st and 10. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Mahomes going to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, here's Edwards-Helaire. It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with fourth down coming up.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And he's going to have a Packers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. When you're trying to win a game in overtime, I don't know that there's too many more in the history of the game you want under center than Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I think a lot of it's because he can beat you so many different ways. All right, he can beat you with the big shot downfield. Heck, if you need a Hail Mary, no one throws it better than Aaron Rodgers. But just when you think you've got him corralled in, when you've got pressure on him, he uses his legs to escape and create another big play, whether he's running it or extending it so a receiver gets open. I think he embraces overtime, and he embraces the spotlight that comes with it.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Rodgers. Pass complete, Tunyon. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. An inside give to Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 1 or 2 more big plays could get him in position for a game-winning field goal. Here's 1st and 10 now. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. To throw is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He finds Watson complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40. Well, if you like drama, especially in the biggest of all games, we are back for the 2nd overtime now in the Super Bowl. From just outside of field goal range. 3 points, all that's needed. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. Derek Nowdy makes the tackle.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
Looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Off the option, it's Jones. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And right now, it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. This, undoubtedly, the biggest kick of his life. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
KC's offense ready to take over. Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get in overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
Preston Smith there on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The veteran Rasul Douglas able to break that one up.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good one. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one swung out here to Jones. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Now Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The defense defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing just outside his own goal line. Hardman on the return. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now here's Mahomes. They'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to count for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
This now in field goal range. It's a question of when you want to try it. Here's 1st down. They'll go option to the short side. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's in. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. 104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And it's caught. Touchdown. They win the Super Bowl. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.